For 15 years, Songschool and the National Concert Hall has seen hundreds of young people explore their musical capabilities and unlock their inner superstar. Whether honing existing skills or picking up an instrument for the first time, each young person would leave with skills, friendships, and a newfound confidence, which forms the foundation of what Songschool is all about: creativity, connection, and growth.
My name's Peter Baxter, and I have the great pleasure of being the manager of Songschool and Createschool.
I am Liz Seaver. I am a Songschool tutor, and I've been working with Songschool since I was about 15, so it's a long time now. So I originally started out, I met Peter in my school in Loretta Bergen, and it was fourth year, and they came into the school to do a song school, and ever since then I've been working with him, and then I gradually grew into the tutor role.
My name is Sinead Loftus. I work here at the National Concert Hall as the personal assistant to the Chief Executive Officer, and I did song school 15 years ago in 2010. So what motivated me to sign up was that Songschool had visited my own school during transition year. And what I really liked about it was my school didn't really have a big arts programme. It was mainly focused on sports. So it was a really unique opportunity to pursue something other than your regular subjects and your sports.
That's class.
That's amazing, thank you so much. I really enjoyed that. Oh my God.
My name is Nigel Flegg, and I'm the head of the NCH Discover programme in the National Concert Hall. I think in the National Concert Hall we identified at an early stage that Songschool was a really important part of our kind of portfolio of activities for young people interested in music. National Concert Hall has perhaps traditionally been seen as the home of classical music, but we have a really clear objective to expand this beyond classical music and embrace all types of music.
Hi, my name is Sam, and this is my 6th year in the Songschool National Concert Hall. A couple of my friends here have been in it, were in it last year and stuff, so when you come back you sometimes meet them again. It's just nice to sort of catch up and play music with them again, or even meet new people, and it's just nice to sort of come back together and form new songs and new bands.
Hi, I'm Oisin Walsh. I'm a sound engineer here in the National Concert Hall. And I did song school a couple of times, starting around 2010, 2011. I was starting to get into writing my own stuff. My parents saw that it probably needed a lot of work, so they encouraged me to come and actually take it seriously and meet other people the same age as me who were trying the same thing, and it ended up being great. Yeah, we got a couple of good songs out of it.
In Songschool, there is no right or wrong, only ideas that have or haven't been explored. Stories that have or haven't been told. And each person who walks through the doors of the National Concert Hall is a storyteller.
When it was like the full realization that we were playing our own music, and that was it. And it was like, this is a debut.
Nervous first lines become beautiful choruses. Pre-concert jitters become standing ovations.
Anyone can just play a cover or something, but making your own music is really difficult and it's really challenging. And if you can do that, then I find like you can do anything. Because if you can write your own music and work with others, that's half of like what bands are and playing music and stuff. So I think it's a really good skill to sort of learn and stuff.
Behind the scenes of the Senior Songschool workshop in July of 2025, one of the tutors is about to discover his deeper connection to the National Concert Hall.
Robert, how are you? This is Will Troy.
Good to meet you, Will.
Sorry, I feel nervous. I feel like I'm in the principal's office. Yeah.
This is Robert, and apparently you're not the only Troy that's well known here, I believe.
Oh man! Wow, it's like enormous.
So I spent my working life with this amazing portrait, and I always feel Dermot looking down on me all the time.
Will Troy has been searching for this painting of his ancestor, Dermot Troy, who has become an integral part of the National Concert Hall.
He genuinely does look like some of my uncles, yeah. He's down like this, very regal. Between like 1958 and 1962, he was like the Mozart man out in Germany. So he toured around basically interpreting all of Mozart's pieces. And yeah, he was like completely untrained, and typical like Irish story.
Really?
He was like picked up by the local
music teacher who basically took him in and was like, "You've got something, yeah."
One thing that I think that Songschool is the beating heart of what we do, and it's the beating heart of all of the different projects that we're involved in. But the one thing, our guiding star, our North Star or whatever, we come back to is Songschool, and not just Songschool, but Songschool in the National Concert Hall.
Well, one of our key objectives is the development of the next generation of Irish musicians, and I suppose that's really the area that Songschool has helped develop with us.
It gave me an open door into the things that I could do that maybe I wasn't pursuing in school. It reminded me that no matter how old you are, you can create.
Just the space. It was just amazing. It's so conducive to creativity, and the walls ooze character, history, music. It's dripping from the place.
I think coming into the concert hall to do a summer camp, it's like going to the gallery to do an art camp. It feels very prestigious.
What's good about it is that it's not a prescribed format. You say, well, roughly day 1 we get to know each other, day 2 and day 3 they write and record, day 4 you do a gig, and then day 5 you make a music video.
Probably because it's so different from any other summer camp or workshop. It's a chance to meet new people who have similar interests and get together and play some original music. So I think that's unique in itself.
Peter and the rest of the team at Songschool they've done an amazing job of fostering this learning environment. It's just fun and encouraging, and it just makes you want to go and learn music.
The support here is really good as well, but you get students from all over the country coming up, so they could be coming from Kerry, they could be, like last week we had someone from the Caribbean, like they literally could be from anywhere. So I think it's because it's so prestigious, you get really, really good musicians coming as well. So like people send their kids here, and it's a really well supported camp.
I think it's down to the wonderful programme that Createschool provide. I'm consistently really impressed with how they can take a group of young people from the beginning of the week and in a few short days, produce a full performance and get to the stage of making a music video with them.
Nowadays, lots of bands record at home, and lots of music videos that are released on major labels were shot and edited on an iPhone. And I think Songschool is really great at showing people, like especially aspiring young musicians, that it's possible to just make great music and great music videos with the gear that you already have. You don't need a big fancy studio to make amazing music.
So I think it's really good for their confidence then when they can go home and go, I played the concert hall like at 14. Like it's brilliant,
Several of the students over the years have been, some of them even ended up working with us, but several have been involved in music, still gigging, playing, touring.
And Songschool is perhaps the first step into ensemble music making, being in a band, collaboratively writing songs. And what we then find is a lot of these young people continue, and they may not have professional careers necessarily in music, but music remains a really important part of their life, and participative music making remains really important to them. And they can trace this back to their initial engagement with Songschool at the National Concert Hall.
Songschool's affiliation with the National Concert Hall is a transformative opportunity for young people, regardless of experience. It's a place for participants to come and realise all the things they can do.
So I was very much coming in on my own. I was nervous, I was a really shy child. I'd never performed in a concert setting or a gig setting. So I was a little nervous, but I do remember Peter was so easy about it. It's fine, it's no problems, all chill, it's all cool.
But I found that Songschool really helped my stage fright, and it kind of gets me more comfortable with not only singing, but sometimes I MC for the night, so just talking to crowds and stuff.
I tell them to 100% give it a go, even just try for 1 year, because it's just so fun, and meeting new people, trying songs, you can try different instruments even, just see what works for you. So I'd 100% recommend it. I think it's really great, and it's fun, and it's just perfect really.
I definitely recommend Songschool, because just the chance to meet new people who also express an interest in music, and just to get to play with a bunch of different people, to be in different bands and stuff and see how different people think and apply music and stuff is very important and very fun.
Songschool at the National Concert Hall is so much more than just a workshop. For many, it's the key to a whole new life.
Ever since Songschool, I got really into the recording process. I record all my own band stuff, have my own studio.
And it also introduced me to the world of audio recording, which I've now built somewhat of a career out of. So yeah, you could say Songschool really helped me out creatively.
I think original music is a really key part of the Songschool experience. Today's music often relies quite a lot on covering other people's songs, and a lot of bands primarily work on covering other people's songs, and while there's absolutely nothing wrong with that and it's a valuable learning tool, there's no substitute for writing original music, and that's one of the key strengths of Songschool, and we're constantly surprised by the quality of songs that these young people produce.
It's a place where every voice, no matter how shy, finds the courage to be heard. For every Songschool workshop, new stories are written, and long after the encore, these stories will continue for years to come.